Hello and welcome. I'm welcoming Joel as well because he has no idea why we're here, but because he is a great partner and a good sport, I said, hey, come sit in here with me, grab your chair and sit in here with me. I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking, and we're just going to do something. We're just going to experiment.
So I'm going to be just as surprised as you are.
So why we're here is because we started this journey with posting YouTube videos on August 1st, and it is September 9th today. And we've been posting at least one video a week, ever so often 2 videos. We posted one yesterday, and I think we have 3 views at the moment. One is me. And I was laughing because we have 4 likes.
Yeah.
That's because we liked it.
Of course, we did.
So I was feeling like I hear so many new YouTubers and people who've been doing YouTube for a long time talking about, you get discouraged. Mind you, we've been doing this 5 weeks and definitely did not expect to have 1,000, subscribers or anything like that. But I did expect to have more than the whopping 23 we have. And so just as we go on this journey, we've had lots of conversations like anyone who starts a journey like this would have of, and especially people who are doing it like us, where we're coming from a professional. This isn't just like a fun YouTube channel. We're professionals, we're therapists, and we want it to be educational and helpful. Mm-hmm. And so talking about like, how do we want our content to be? And so we thought, it's not going to be so much personality driven of us just being us necessarily. We want it to be very professional, like we're giving information. And while that is what we want in big broad strokes, if we want to be helpful, we want to help people learn skills that you would learn in therapy. And there's lots of reasons, and we might talk about that, of how this idea of a YouTube channel came into fruition and how it kind of evolves as we go along. But as we went back and forth of like, do we show any behind the scenes, like us in our daily life? And then we thought, no, we're going to keep it like really professional. But I was watching so once we started this channel, I watch YouTube all the time. I love YouTube. We call it YouTube. I don't think it's us who calls it YouTube University. Is that like a word?
I think that's pretty well known. Yeah.
So YouTube University, it's where we learn, watch everything. So once we started this channel, YouTube algorithm started giving us a lot of people who help content creators. And one that we really enjoyed is Alexa.
Starts with an S.
Yeah. And what we like about her is she just started her journey a few months before us. She doesn't have millions of subscribers. She has like not even 10,000. She has like 8,000 some subscribers or something. So it feels like, she is teaching people as she goes along. And, if we were following someone who had 1 million subscribers, which is a goal we will unlikely ever get to, it would just feel like just not relevant for us. So we've been enjoying her, and one of the things in her video today, so I like to watch her videos as I'm working out, and I was watching it, and she was talking just about her normal content, helping with creation, but she's been bringing a little more of herself to it. And I like that because that's what I like seeing. When I watch people, I want to be educated, and I want to know the people. What are you?
I'm smiling because when we first started dating, I watched football a lot, and she very kindly joined me in watching. But then when they started interviewing the players before the game or after, and she got to know the players, that's where she really bought into it.
Yeah.
Where I enjoy that, but that's not why I watch it. So she needs a little bit of more.
I do. I need to know about people. And what has frustrated me about football, and why I hardly watch it anymore, is because I get all invested. And I can't believe that they just jump teams all the time. So football has been like not something I've been as invested in the past couple of years because I got all into it. We're in Arizona, so Cardinals fans. And when Larry Fitzgerald retired, I was like, well, now there's no point because he was my favorite player, and at least he was consistent. So that's a bit of a rabbit tangent, but squirrel. But as I was watching her this morning, she was just, along with giving her normal stuff about, like, these are the things that I'm doing to grow, and these are my numbers, my analytics right now. She just said a few things that were more personal, and that's what always pulls me in. Like, she said something about not liking coffee, and I was just like, are you kidding? Like, maybe we have to stop watching her because we're huge coffee fanatics.
I created this one when we first got together. She was drinking a cup of decaf every few days, and that was all she needed. So
yes, and now I want my cup of espresso every morning. Makes me very happy. Only one lately, actually. Of course, we're not going to stop watching her because she doesn't like coffee, but it made it just something funny of like, oh my gosh, she doesn't drink coffee. And then like she refers to her husband as the Viking because he's like a big guy, I guess. And just little things. Last week she shared a channel or a video that was also a little more personal. And that's what really draws me in. And so as I was thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, but we are professionals. We're licensed professional counselors, and we're in this space. But I was thinking, one of the things that makes me a bit different as a therapist, and I think makes Joel different as a supervisor, and one of the things that our friends comment on us is, I'm all about the interpersonal aspect and the therapeutic relationship with my clients. And with friends, it's about like us, you know, and our friends have told us for years, like, you two should have a YouTube channel because your relationship is really beautiful. And so I feel like it is an aspect of who we are and our work. So having a video from time to time that's kind of behind the couch
that's a great word.
Like, what goes on, who are we, how does it come up that we're talking about how we're feeling as we have a channel and the content we're doing. And I would say that's, so although all of the content that we're creating that I share is all a part of therapy with me, I'm teaching my clients skills and we're digging into like, where does this come from and what are the thoughts that are holding you back? What are the barriers to your goals? A lot of the session is also like we're laughing. Every so often I'll come in because this is a home office, and I'll come in and Joel will have heard laughing and he'll say like, there was far too much laughing going on.
Not doing enough work.
Yeah. So it is about that connection and helping people feel comfortable and like they know me within the boundaries that we have as professionals. But so I was just thinking, I'm just going to ask Joel to grab his chair and come in and just talk with me. And, you know, this is what I would want. If I'm at a channel and I'm learning good content, I would also want to know a little bit about the person. So I know you had no preparation for this. Anything you want to add?
If you see, as a side tangent, if you see me like looking down at the floor a lot, it's because we have two kitties that are, you can actually see them in the background. They're not really ever allowed in this room, so when they are, they love it and explore, and so I'm just distracted because I see motion and I'm keeping track of them.
And I don't know if you can hear the Pantene, but we have our dog Pantene in the background as well.
Right back there. You can barely see him.
Yeah. But I think the other thing I was thinking about is something I talk to my clients about a lot is growth mindset. And I feel like starting this YouTube channel is a really good place to demonstrate me experiencing that growth mindset, not the fixed mindset of, okay, we've been doing this 5 weeks, we have 23 people who have subscribed and a few video views, and, you know, we must just be no good at this and giving up.
But we want to help more people.
Yeah, so like that would be the fixed mindset of like, I'm not good right now, I may as well stop. But the growth mindset says this is a challenge. And that's been a really fun aspect about this. So the whole idea for this channel came about because I am in menopause, and so I am like really like have been rabbit holing really hard into like how to maintain strength and muscular strength and bone density and all the health that you need as you get older. So I was watching a lot of Gabrielle Lyons videos, Dr. Gabrielle Lyons, because she's really into, we're similar in age, and she's younger, but she talks to women who are midlife and older about like the importance of muscular strength. And so I was just like devouring these videos, and I watched one of them that I thought it was like a strength summit or something, and a panelist, and I thought it was going to be all these other people who it's all about strength, but it actually only had one other person, I think, who was in that field with her, but she had a motivational speaker on there, Jen Gottlieb, and she was talking about, because as I mentioned, friends had mentioned us doing a YouTube channel and things like that in the past, but I was like, no, we're introverts, we have our practice, we have our life the way we want it, like no reason
Don't need to cast a window into our world.
Yeah, and put yourself out there on that public, stage for either having a big enough following that you actually get criticized, or having no following and feeling like, no one likes me. But I thought it was really interesting because what she was saying is if you are in a service field, if you're in a profession where you're helping people and you're not putting yourself out there on social media, you are not doing all that you can do to help people. And if you're afraid of what people are going to think about you, it's actually very selfish that you're not willing to get beyond your own ego and your own fears and insecurities to get out and help the people you can help. And when we started the group practice, it was because I was doing private practice and I had a wait list, and every time I'd return a client call with the intent that I was going to refer them out, I'd talk to them and I'd connect with them and I'd add another person, and I was just getting really busy. And we were on our annual trip together, and I loved the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. By Stephen Covey, and so I would read that from time to time, and I was reading it, and in the section where he talks about input and output, I was like, well, I can't do anything about it. I'm one person and I can't see any more clients than I'm seeing, and so there is no way for me to increase my output. And then all of a sudden I was like, what am I thinking? I have a partner who loves providing supervision, and we met working together at Arizona State University's counseling center. And he does a lot of supervision there, and supervision is really not my thing. I really prefer seeing clients. He likes providing supervision and he likes admin work. And I'm just like, nope.
I could read like a little bit of like bewilderment in you saying that. It's like, who likes admin work?
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, exactly. He likes meetings. Ugh. I just, no, I want to see clients. That's all I want to do. And so I thought, this could be the win-win situation. You come in, we start a group practice, you provide supervision, he also returns all the client phone calls now, which keeps me from taking everyone on.
Basically, any potential client she ever talked to on the phone ended up being a client.
Yeah.
Which is a great problem to have.
Yeah. Unless they were really, needed something that I don't provide, but yes. And so that's how we started the idea of the group practice. And so then we had this idea came up. I had seen this Jen Gottlieb speak, and I was motivated. She's a great motivational speaker, because I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. This is what we need to do. Because oftentimes I feel like I want to help more people, but there's only so many people I can see in a week. Plus our time. Another thing that we've really enjoyed, and we use the word time affluence, we enjoy having time for our relationship and our relationship with our friends. And Center for Strengthening Relationships, our life is about relationship. And so thinking like, okay, it's going to be taking on more if we do this. But the exciting thing is, although there is less time outside of creating the content and doing all this work, it's been super fun. And it just feels like this really fun creative project that we get to do together. So I love that. But then, serendipitously perhaps, right as I was having this like, okay, we'll do this, we'll make this channel and help more people, we had just hired 2 clinicians in July. One wasn't going to start until September and one was going to start right away. And then the one that wasn't going to start until September reached out and she's like, my license has been approved, I'm ready to start now. And it was like the week we were starting this, and I was like, oh gosh, now we need to get this going because we actually need to bring in some clients for our clinicians. So now there's that aspect of it as well, of like growing our group practice and getting the word out of the type of work we do. And we're planning a video. We haven't talked to our clinicians about this yet, so it'll be a surprise if they see this before we talk with them. But there's Da Vinci.
Say hi, Da Vinci.
He's our good little boy. We're planning to get together with them for a meal in the next couple of weeks and planning to let them know that we want to do a video with them so that you all get to know who they are and if you might want to work with them because they are amazing.
They're amazing, yes.
So, yeah. Okay, now I'm chatting. Your turn. Enough about me. Let's talk about you.
No,
what do you think of me?
That's, I was going to say, I was like, what's the phrase or what is that from?
It's Bette Midler from
I have a...
something. Yes.
But I will say it has been a fun journey. Sorry, I just had a Premier Protein, so I'm a little phlegmy. It's been a fun journey learning something new because I do all the video editing and I'd never done that before. And so, like she said, YouTube University, learned how to do it, started small, and then I've been challenging myself each video to learn something new, try something new, just to keep pushing against the growth curve and have fun with it. And it's been an enjoyable blast because it's not too common in our field that in a very short amount of time we get to take something from its initial form and like see the end finished product in just a few short days. So it's really gratifying to see that pass through. And Da Vinci, you're going to be world famous. You're such a good kitty.
Yes.
He's a very big kitty.
And that's another area where it's really nice that it just so happens that all of our skills and interests and abilities tend to be very complementary because Joel is doing all of the editing and I'm just amazed.
It's very gratifying.
I'm totally amazed. And then I have fun like saying, oh, we're going to do a video, we're going to talk about this. And then I work on the scripting and then we practice together. And
so if you got the newsletter and you saw that in my newsletter I said I'm a spare to our 2 cats, that was an example of being a spare. He walked over me to get to his primary because he is definitely her cat. Yes.
He's my bud.
Which is fun.
Oh, and the Bette Midler movie, Beaches. Anyway, that quote is from. I was just like, what is the movie?
Squirrel.
So I had to go back to that. But yeah, I think those were the things I was thinking about.
And I also got caught soon after I had a big meal, and so I get like a little post-afternoon slump after eating. So right as that was kicking in, she's like, run your fingers through your hair, don't change, we're gonna go do a video and I'm not telling you what it is. I'm like, okay, some of the awareness and the wake energy. So yeah, if I'm a little more subdued today, it's because I'm like post-food.
Yep. So I think that's it. That was what was on my mind. And why not?
Yeah, more to come. But
yeah,
it's like what's the Zach Galifianakis thing, like between two ferns? It's like if I got a Punkula over there, be between two kitties could be the name of it.
Right.
Got one cat right here.
So thanks for hanging out with us today. If you're here, we really appreciate your time. Until next time, bye.